Guys, let's get right into it. The odds of winning the AFC North, we've talked about this a lot. This is the best division in football. There is no debate. There is literally no argument for any other division. All 4 teams won 9 games last year or more. And that was with Deshaun Watson missing most of the season. That was with Joe Burrow missing most of the season. And that was with the Steelers not really having an NFL quarterback. Well, in theory, Watson and Burrow will be healthy this year, and the Steelers certainly are better at quarterback. Yeah. So what are the odds? Let's take a look here, Mike.
So, FanDuel, our presenting sponsor, has put out odds. The Baltimore Ravens are the favorites, plus 110. The Cincinnati Bengals, second, at plus 175. The Browns coming in at third at plus 550. And Pittsburgh is in last at plus 950. So these odds feel right, too high, too low. Browns third. And is a great value at plus 550 for your Cleveland Browns.
G. Bush.
I think that should, coming in third at 550 as I get back into my gambling hands. I know how this really reads now. So that means you spend, 100 and you get 550, right?
If you bet 100, you'd win 550.
There you go. I think the odds should be a little bit lower for the Browns. I actually think I would have them at about 475. But third place is where I would have them. You're going to put Joe Burrow back up there to beat the champs. You got to beat the champs. You got to beat them. And I think the Browns do a good job of beating Joe Burrow in the regular season. However, when it comes to when you're looking at just basically regular season, that's regular season. Joe Burrow's done it over the long haul. He's done it in the playoffs and been to a Super Bowl. So they're going to give him that level of respect. For me, Tyvis, I look at it like this. That looks like what the Browns are going to be until they beat people, until they actually get into the playoffs and win some games. So I don't really have a problem with it and showing them coming in third.
I mean, if you're going off of just last year, I think – so what, Cincinnati, obviously, Joe Burrow comes back. Joe Burrow's the second best quarterback in football, so I understand that. But Baltimore lost a lot defensively. They still haven't signed Jadeveon Clowney. They lost Geno Stone. They lost Patrick Queen. They lost some pieces. Now,
2 offensive linemen.
Historically, you're never worried about Baltimore's defense. They're always good, and obviously getting Derrick Henry is going to make things better. But they still need to add another wide receiver to be good to me. So I really wouldn't put them at 1 right now. For Cleveland, it's hard to put Cleveland at number 1 because of what you just said. They haven't won a division in
since '89, right?
Ever.
In the 80s.
Ever. Yeah. So that it's hard to put them there. So I see why they have them third. I probably would put Cincinnati 1. Browns would probably still be third, but I wouldn't make their odds plus 550.
So you'd have the Bengals 1, Ravens 2?
Yeah.
All right. I would keep it in that order, but I would have both the Browns and Steelers with much lower odds. I think that even lower than you, which is funny because you earlier in the YouTube show had the Browns as the biggest threat to the Chiefs. You have them at plus 475. I would have the Browns even lower. I'd have the Browns like plus 300. I don't think there's a huge gap, and I would have the Steelers way lower. I'd have the Steelers where the Browns are, and like plus. The Steelers could win this division. They would be my last
Anybody
choice.
could win the division.
But any team, there is, you never know with injuries and whatever. But this division could finish in any order.
Yes.
All 4 teams can finish first, second, third, and fourth. They're all good. I think they're in this order. I think it's really close. I don't think there's a significant difference between any of these 4 teams. Some of it's going to come down to what it often does in this division: a little luck and health. I mean, ultimately.
And you think about it, listen, 950 is great value.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
I mean, that's a good,
they're really talented, though, and they had a really good offseason, so I don't know why they put 950. I mean,
think about it. They won 10 games last year with the combination of Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, and Kenny Pickett as their quarterbacks. Russell Wilson may not be great, but he's certainly way better than all those guys. And even Justin Fields, who nobody wanted, is definitely better than all those 3 guys if he played.
Got Patrick Queen. They've done a good job. They traded for another corner. You know what T.J. Watt is.
They need another wide receiver because they did trade away.
They probably would take that in the draft.
Yeah.
I don't think but they don't historically draft receivers in the first round, right?
When did they draft? Second round.
Pickens was a second round.
Yeah,
they usually wait till the second round, but they've had a tremendous hit rate.
Yeah.
It looks like Pickens is ready to explode. Right. I mean, and Russell Wilson's just a perfect fit for what they do. They want to run the ball.
Want to run the ball. Yeah.
Right. And he's the quarterback for that type of system. But I think the Browns It should be third, but should be a closer third. That's how I see it. You could make an argument that the Bengals should be one, but there are some questions with Joe Burrow coming back from this injury.
But I also like the fact that they got more tackle help. You know, they did a better job of protecting because since Joe Burrow's been in the league, you know, his offensive line hasn't been great. You know, obviously they hit with Orlando Brown. Now you go get Trent Brown to go get the other side, who I played with in San Francisco, really good player.
Yeah.
So I think Joe Burrow will now have that protection, which allow him to be comfortable in the pocket. Now your playmakers can get open. You can buy yourself more time to let these deeper developing routes actually happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is on paper the best line the Bengals have had.
The running back situation gets me, though.
I like it. I do.
I like Chase Brown.
Yeah.
Zach Moss, I'm just not there.
I like him in a timeshare role. I like him.
And I like the fact that in this division, everybody got a distinctive way that they play. There's a distinctive, you know, style of play when you saw about with the Steelers and the Bengals throwing the football and the Ravens, you know, running the ball but doing it with the quarterback as well. So, I'll be very interested to see this season. It's going to be a dogfight every game in the AFC North.
Is it fair to say that plus 550 number next to the Browns is an indication of FanDuel just having a little skepticism over Deshaun Watson because if Deshaun comes back, if Deshaun comes back, that number has to be right in line with
Deshaun and Nick. For that, I mean, that's the thing. That two of the key players are coming back from injury. You don't know what they're going to be.
If those two individual players were in their peak primes, people would have them right there with the Chiefs.
Yes.
100%. The Browns would be, if Deshaun Watson was coming off his 2019, 2020 seasons, the Browns would be either favorites or co-favorites in the division. But he hasn't played that well, and that's why they're further down. Same for the Steelers, who haven't gotten great quarterback play. All right, guys, free agency feels like it's over, unlike baseball where free agency lasts forever. In football, most of the key guys have signed after 1 week. But there are still a lot of veteran players still out there. Now, the Browns have a ton of depth in a lot of places, but they're not shy about spending money, Tyvis. Do you have a guy or two that the Browns could still hit up in free agency?
I do got a couple of guys. The first one, I was thinking about the tight end position. You know, all those names on there is good, but for the one time in my life as being a Browns fan, I'm actually cool with the positions that's on there. Like Justin Simmons, love Justin Simmons, like a brother to me. But I'm cool with Juan Thornhill and Grant Delpit and Ronnie Hickman and DeAnthony Bell and all of those guys. I'm good at that spot. But I thought about tight end outside of Njoku because Ken Dorsey and Kevin Stefanski love those two tight end sets. So if you're going to get another tight end in there, I was thinking of a guy that I played with in San Francisco. He's not a big name guy, but he was productive when he got his moment. His name was Ross Dwelly. Bam, Ross Dwelly. If he came in here, I think that it's a similar offense towards what Kevin Stefanski ran and what Kyle Shanahan runs. So I think he will be able to pick up right away what Kevin Stefanski wants to do, or Ken Dorsey. He has shown in San Francisco that he can be a reliable target. So I think he could be very productive as a second tight end. Plus, Harrison Bryant, even if you didn't like him or even if you hated him, he was very productive.
He had a role.
Big role. Yeah. I mean, Deshaun Watson loved to throw to him. So.
He's still a free agent, by the way, right?
No, he got
Harrison Bryant. He played with the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So he was a guy, and then another guy that I was thinking about is linebacker. I know we got Jordan Hicks, and I know we got JOK, but I just don't think we have enough depth at that position. And linebacker is such a violent position that people get banged up all the time. So I was thinking maybe bringing a guy back like Jacob Phillips. You know, Jacob Phillips, he's the youngest free agent linebacker out there. He's 24. He's not going to break the bank, obviously, but I think he's had moments with the Cleveland Browns where he had some good games. It's just always been a health thing with him. And if he's coming in as a third linebacker or just in case somebody gets injured, he'll be able to be serviceable and still allow you to be productive at the linebacker position.
And both of those guys are minimum contract players.
Yeah.
G. Bush.
Hey, man, shout out to Dwelle. The soul singer. I used to listen to Dwelle, but shout out to him. Let me get that list again. I think this guy was on this list.
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah. Tyvis already know what I'm doing. Operation Stockpile. I know you got Elijah Moore. I know you just signed Jerry Jeudy and you got Amari Cooper. But why don't I just get greedy and go get Tyler Boyd and have him as your third receiver?
How old is he though?
We don't care.
He's not that old.
We ain't
How
counting.
old is Tyler Boyd, Mike?
He got to be at least 32.
29.
32.
No.
29 years old.
There we go. He's a young 20.
He been in the league forever.
We need him. Shout out to him. I liked him at Pitt. He obviously was part of that great trio in Cincinnati. But imagine yourself. You got Amari Cooper. You got Jerry Jeudy. Then you're able to have Elijah Moore, and now you got Tyler Boyd. What much of a luxury is to have those 4 receivers and David Njoku?
But does he want to come to a role where he won't be?
He was a third receiver, and he gonna be a third receiver here.
But they also ran 11 personnel a lot.
Oh, what you think they're gonna run here?
No, but I'm saying Elijah Moore, Jerry Jeudy, and Amari Cooper.
Elijah Moore takes that back seat.
See, I'm with G, by the way. I've been saying Tyler Boyd for a while, but to me, if I sign Tyler Boyd, then I trade Elijah Moore.
That's
what I'm going to do, because Elijah Moore, if he's the 4th receiver, is going to be a pain in the neck.
That's exactly what he did it with the Jets.
He don't want to be that. So I'm bringing in a veteran presence in Tyler Boyd. What do you know? What's the biggest concern about Jerry Jeudy? He's inconsistent catching the ball.
Mm-hmm. Tyler
Boyd catches everything. And he is the perfect guy to put. On the Browns, he'd be the 4th option.
I know a dude. I know a guy that catches everything. He got some injury problems, but if you throw him that ball, he gonna catch it. His name is Mike Thomas. Go Bucks.
No, the Browns want nothing to do with Mike Thomas.
Hey. Project Stockpile don't have no picks.
Yeah. I like Boyd, and then I'm trading Elijah Moore, Greg Newsome, and the 2nd round pick to get up to the back of the 1st round. Probably couldn't do that.
Now you talk about Bull over here playing Madden.